keep us under their grip. Please refuse the Rothschild attack. Attack upon your health. And wonder why the world's so weak. Remember the Rothschilds and their easy plan. Take your money and put it away. You're not going to take it. This is the end. It's time to fight back. It's time to take our gold back.
The Rothschild tax. The Rothschild tax. Oh, it's Rothschild tax. We're live, folks. We're live. Good morning from Washington, D.C. here. We'll be singing the Rothschild tax live on stage at Bitcoin Palooza, Las Vegas, May 27th. We may even have a sneak performance in Dubai coming up the first week of May. We'll see. Looks like we're putting together a Washington elite event. After the Global Family Office Investment Summit, we are putting together an event like we normally do, the after party. But we are also may have a sneak peek at the Rothschild tax, our hit song. Just ask me. It's a hit. Good morning, money movers and shakers. Welcome to the show, broadcasting live here from the heart, Washington, D.C., where the financial world meets the political pulse. Let's kick things off with a quick peek at the weather here in the nation's capital. It's a quick 57 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies, 0% chance of precipitation, 79% humidity, and a gentle 4-mile-per-hour breeze. Perfect for strolling past the monuments or, let's be real, hustling to your next Capitol meeting. Or, as I've been doing over the last few days since I've been back in town, really getting the garden and everything started here. I know I talked to some of the people on X about wanting to do the vertical farming or vertical, and I don't know, I haven't done that quite yet, but made my wife pretty happy putting flowers all around. And of course, added some new, I have peach trees, I have apple trees, I have pears trees, I have blueberries and fig tree, some other things that are there from years past. Did I say pear tree? Pear tree. This year, now I've added a bunch of strawberries so far. So we're going to have much, did that with my youngest. The kids love that stuff. I do too. They say that people that garden live longer. Isn't that interesting? DC is buzzing with spring energy, but no headline stealing the show today here locally. Some folks are whispering about new faces in town. Maybe we're already getting the Palestinian refugees that I told you would happen. Who knows? It's hard to say, folks. But for now, the city's vibe is all about policy, power, and of course, profit. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the financial fireworks lighting up the globe. From the Fed forecast to Trump's tariff tango, Musk's exit drama, and geopolitical curveballs like the India, Pakistan, and Ukraine. And we've got a jam-packed show help you navigate the money maze. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be fun, light, and an easy ride through the wild world of markets. The Federal Reserve, the banking cartel, I talk about them all the time. Rates on pause, it looks like. Eyes on May. First up, let's talk about the U.S. banking cartel, the Federal Reserve, the puppet masters of your portfolio. The next Fed meeting is set for May 6th through 7th, which just happens to be the same dates as my good friend Anthony Ritosa Global Family Office Investment Summit in Dubai. We will be on hand. Of course, I will have my main man, George Faraja, there as well. Faraja, I'm sorry, but I probably messed that up. This is my good man, Ryan Best. Ryan Best has his stable token backed by gold, pegged to gold. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show as well. And we have my good friend, the doctor in the house, Min Venin, of course, with Mindwave Dow is going to be on location there as well. May 6th and 7th, same day as the Fed meeting is set for, but we'll be in Dubai. And the word on the street, Wall Street, that is that the rates are staying put at 4.25% to 4.5%. The CME Fed Watch tool gives a 75% chance of no change. And people are even bolder, pegging it at a 90% chance of no change. Why the hold? Sticky inflation is the culprit. Core PCE at 2.8% in March, above the Fed's 2% target. Plus a rock-solid labor market and unemployment at 4.1%. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is playing it cool, preaching a wait-and-see vibe, especially with Trump tariffs wild cards stirring the pot. Those tariffs could juice inflation, keeping the Fed's foot off the rate cut pedal. Let's see how that all plays out. May 6, 7, that's the dates to watch there. But it does look like sentiment now, consensus is rates stay the same, they stay unchanged. But don't sleep on June. Polymarket's betting a 52% chance of a 25 to 50% basis point cut in June. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That's if inflation cools or the jobs wobble. For now, markets are chilling, expecting stability. What's this mean for you? Steady rates keep bonds attractive, but risk assets like stocks and crypto might need a June cut to really pop. Keep an eye on the next week's inflation data. It could spark a shift in the Fed's mood. Trump's tariff tango and the Fed flip-flop. Speaking of Trump, the 47th president's been making waves that ripple from D.C. to Shanghai. On April 23rd, he did a 180 on Fed Chair Powell, saying he's got no intention of firing him before 2026. Quite the pivot from calling Powell a major loser for not slashing rates. This olive branch calms the markets nervous about the Fed's meddling, especially as Trump's 145% tariffs on Chinese goods keeps inflation fears alive. But hold the phone. Trump's now teasing a fair deal with China, claiming talk happen every day. Beijing's calling BS, labeling it as fake news. But exemptions for smartphones and chips are already easing trade jitters. Public sentiment? Well, a Fox poll, for what that's worth, gives Trump a lukewarm 38% approval on the economy and a dismal 33% on inflation. His tariff-heavy playbook got folks worried. 22% more say it's hurting short-term growth, yet Trump's not slowing down, signing orders for deep-sea mining and looser federal worker rules. April 24th, they did that, signaling a deregulatory sprint that could juice long-term growth for your portfolio. Tariff relief could cool inflation, giving the Fed room to cut rates in June, boosting stocks like the S&P 500. Futures are up slightly at right now. Let me just see if that's even still. No, so they did move down to negative territory. Actually, S&P, as I was putting the show together, they were up slightly, but it looked like it started to move down. S&P 500 down just a hair. S&P 500 futures at 55.04, implied opening of, basically flat at the moment. Basically flat. But this is coming on the heels of a couple of really nice days for the market. But if Trump doubles down, expect volatility. Keep cash handy. You always want to keep some dry powder. We talked about that. My main man, Matt Dixon, talks about it. You always want to keep some dry powder available in order to take advantage of these different market moves. Now let's zoom in on Elon Musk circus, because the guy's moves shake markets like SpaceX rocket launch. Tesla's Q1 2025 earnings dropped a bombshell on April 24th. Profits down 71%. EPS at 0.34 cents from $1.07. That's a big move. EPS at 34 from 107, and revenues at 19.7 billion, which is off 13%. Tesla stock sliced in half since December, with used car prices tanking 10% year over year. Musk's warning was grim. If America's ship sinks, Tesla's going down with it. Ouch. Facing heat for his political side hustle, Musk's bailing on his Department of Government Efficiency Doge gig by May 30, 2025 to refocus on Tesla. Investors cheered, sending Tesla shares up 5% on April 2 as the rumors started to move that he would be leaving. But here's the T. Musk's Doge roll, slashing 140 billion in federal spending, made him a Trump administration linchpin. His exit's got insiders sweating. Who fills the void? I mean, this is what I'm saying. I mean, what are we going to now? We're not going to have Elon Musk in there? A CNBC survey shows 50% of Americans view Musk negatively, and protests at Tesla dealerships scream backlash. People worry that Musk and Trump won't finish the job, and other people see his pivot to Tesla as a win. Musk's clash with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent over the IRS commissioner role. Of course, Scott Bessent appointed a rabid anti-Trump person who thinks all of J6ers should be in jail or something like that. We'll see. This does hint at a crack in Trump's team, potentially wobbling the economic policy. We'll have to see. For the markets, Musk's zero tariff push April 8th clashed with Trump's protectionism, and his exit could soften tariffs, easing inflation and supporting NASDAQ futures. But a policy vacuum might spook investors, boosting safe havens like silver, which is at 33.71 right now, and gold, of course. If Musk stabilizes it, risk assets could rally. Watch Tesla stocks for clues. If Musk stabilizes Tesla stocks, risk assets could rally. So with his departure, public panic or policy pivot? You worry about Trump's administration's post. People are worried about him leaving. 41% approve of Doge's work. His likability is low, but people are worried. People are very worried about what this administration is going to look like without Elon Musk. That's a big power vacuum. There's a major power vacuum there that is going to have to be filled. Gold and silver, safe haven slips. Let's shine a light on precious metals. Gold's down about 1% at 33.09, cooling from its 34.99 peak on April 22nd. Silver's off 0.35% at 33.71. New boom. Change up the view here for you. So despite a 17% Q1 gain, of course, that's silver. It really has. The silver and gold have really been doing very nicely. Of course, we told you that was going to happen about a year and a half ago. It has done really well. What's the deal? A beefy DXY. DXY is moving up 99.65. That's the US dollar, up 0.28% today. Makes gold pricier for global buyers. And Trump's tariff exemptions on smartphones have folks ditching safe havens for stocks. Gold's RSI for Sky Week was sky high this week, 74 in October as well. So profit taking is no shock. Musk exit, of course, adds spice. A softer Trump agenda could tame inflation, capping gold and silver. But policy wobbles might send them soaring. Goldman Sachs sees gold at 33 year to end if tariffs linger. And JP Morgan's bets his 39 on silver, $39 silver, which would be pretty nice. We'll have with us shortly, I'll have Ryan Best joining. He is a gold expert, has this gold-backed token that you can, pretty interesting stuff. And we've been riding the waves on this thing. The Asian markets are mostly green. Across the Pacific, Asian markets are flashing green, with the Hang Seng Index, was the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, up 0.32% at 21,980. Tech titans like Alibaba up 1.6%, and Baidu at 3.8% are driving the vibe. Trump's tariffs through thaw and China's stimulus, treasury bond funding, investing in their markets are lifting spirits, despite a 13% Hong Kong Stock Exchange plunge on April 10th. I mean, that was really just one of the bloodiest things I'd ever seen. The trade war does appear to be cooling. We'll have to see how that all plays out. Expect the HSI, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, to flirt with 22,500 short term if the Fed cut hopes grow. But a U.S. recession could clip its wings. Must exit might ease tariffs, boosting Asian tech, but volatility looms. We'll have to see how it all plays out. The dollar dance, the DXY, and the yen moves. Of course, we talk about the yen a lot because the yen is used by investors. Investors borrow the Japanese yen at 0 to no inflation, and then they use that to invest in high yield, high risk assets. The US dollar is flexing at the moment with DXY up slightly, and the USD Japanese yen is moving up as well, which means the Japanese yen is moving down. Could be good for risk assets. If the Fed pauses the rates and high US yields outshine Japan's 0.25 Bank of Japan rate, could play out pretty well. Will this last? A June Fed cut could soften the DXY to 98.50. We'll have to see. Crypto craze, Bitcoin and beyond. Crypto is on fire. Bitcoin's up 11% to 93,864. It's actually at 93,574 at the moment. SUI skyrocketed 73% this week. Unbelievable, really. 101 billion daily volume. SUI. That is a great project, I'll tell you that. Bitcoin ETF inflows fuel the frenzy. Tariff relief and June Fed cut bets spark risk on vibes, with Solana up 14% and Dogecoin up 17%. Some are warning of a pullback. The RSI is screaming at 83. I'm betting on a bit of a pullback, to be honest. U.S. market futures and forecasts. Stateside U.S. stock markets are down. They've all moved down. It was mixed as I put this together. Dow futures are down 183, about 0.5%. S&P futures down about 0.25%. And the NASDAQ futures are down 0.33%. This indicates a down opening to the markets. Today, we'll see maybe a down day. We've had, again, a couple of pretty nice days on the markets. So a retrace would be about time for it to happen. Oil's at 65. Is that right? That's a pretty big move. I think that's not exactly right. Where's my oil thing here? Oil is 62. That's what I thought. 62.2, down about $1. Pretty nice at the pump, as you've noticed. Putin in Ukraine and BRICS, the geopolitical heat. Over in Moscow, Vladimir Putin's playing chess. His April 21 ceasefire offer to Ukraine's Zelensky fizzled with the Kiev attack, 12 dead yesterday, and 160,000 conscripts showing muscle. Per the New York Times, Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff's talks hit a wall over Crimea, and 25% to 50% oil tariffs loom, per The Guardian. People are saying they doubt Putin's peace talk sincerity. I think Putin doubts that there's going to be any follow-through. BRICS, led by Putin, laughs off Trump's BRICS is dead jab, adding Indonesia and eyeing digital currencies. This challenges the DXY, boosting crypto and the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, but oil risks pressure Dow futures. Musk estimate might soften the tariffs, aiding BRICS and equities, but Ukraine's heat keeps silver and gold in play. Now we have the India-Pakistan situation, World War III or regional rumble. Closer to the Himalayas, India and Pakistan are trading fire along the Kashmir LOC after the Pahalgam attack, 26 killed. That was on April 22nd. Blamed on Pakistan's Lahore-e-Taiba offshoot. India suspended the Indus Water Treaty, cutting Pakistan's water lifeline 80% of irrigation and closed the borders. Pakistan's airspace ban and act of war. Warning, raise nuclear stakes, 20% war risk. They are already fighting along. They're having skirmishes along there. This does not look good. I'll tell you what it looks like to me. It looks like to me that the DC war machine and Israel and the neocons, they can't get their war in Iran right now. There's so much objection. There's so many objections to this war in Iran, and the banter. You can just hear the people. People don't want war with Iran, and so they just say, well, let's just focus over here, and we can start World War III with India and Pakistan. Easy peasy. That's what it looks like to me. It's the pivot. They want their war. DC war machine is out of control. The military industrial complex as they go. Expect more on this. Pakistan, India, they've been going at it for quite a while. Things look pretty tight right now. Things look pretty in flames. Of course, we have the Palestinian crisis, genocide and the ethnic cleansing over there. In the Middle East, Gaza's tragedy, 50,000 dead since October 2023, at least. Millions displaced. Trump's Riviera plan to resettle 2 million Gazans is slammed as ethnic cleansing. Israel denies it, citing Hamas threats. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, tell me what you guys see. To me, it looks like they're already resettling the folks here. And I know they're offering them money, and they can take $5,000 and have a job and this and that if they go to Greece or some of these other places. This is what I told everybody's going to happen. From Fed rates to Putin's power plays, Musk's exit, and the India-Pakistan brinkmanship, the world's a financial roller coaster. U.S. markets look tech-happy today, but oil and policy risk do loom. Bitcoin, silver, and Tether for the balance might be the plays today. And join us as we dive deeper into the markets. My man Matt Dixon taking the day off today. Of course, he is traveling, I believe, but in Dubai, where he is living. Friday is kind of like a beginning of the week. I have my interview that I did here with Ryan Best. I'm going to play this. Ryan and I sat down yesterday and recorded this interview. He's in Utah, so it's a little bit early for him. Ryan has Stable. I'll let him tell you about it. Very cool project. I'm a big fan. I think it's totally awesome. Check this out. And we are back. What an amazing show it has been so far. One of the exciting events that we always do, of course, is the Global Family Office Investment Summit. And we do it leading up to the event. We like to bring you guys some of the stars that are there. Speaking of that, we have with us Ryan Best. He's the founder and visionary of Stable, which I think is a super interesting project. And he is meeting us in Dubai in just a week or so. Going to be doing the deal. So Stable is one of those cool projects that you're going to tell us a lot about, and people are going to understand. Cool. Tell me a little bit about yourself and about Stable.
Sure. My name's Ryan. I'm one of those serial entrepreneurs that jumps in and out of a bunch of things. I am super excited about a project that we have going on. It's a gold and silver backed stable coin. So let me tell you a little. What did you say?
I said, yeah, exactly.
It's a gold and silver backed stable coin, and it's going to be awesome. A few years ago, I was playing in a business of mine, and I realized how much people love gold and silver, but they can't store it. They can't use it.
You can't hardly travel with it. Try to take a bar of gold with you. It's like
they will stop you. They will stop you. I've gone through my fair share of airports with coins in my pocket, and I do get stopped. Yes, I do.
Oof.
So you can't transfer it. You can't spend it. It's kind of clunky. You have to worry about the storage, the storage aspect of it. If you got, enough to make it interesting. I mean, who doesn't want gold though, with it being up, like it has been in the last 18 months? It's been phenomenal, a phenomenal asset. But we decided to liquefy it. We decided to digitize gold and to make it something that would be accessible on the blockchain, something that people could transfer, something that people could trade peer-to-peer, something that people could redeem for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and also a tool that would allow people to buy cryptocurrency or buy gold with their cryptocurrencies. So we've been steadily working on that platform, and we're just about ready to launch it.
Pretty cool. Well, for us crypto guys, it's so, anytime you talk about this stuff, of course, it's just so cool. Now, there's been a lot of different projects that put gold backed by gold, this and that and the other. What differentiates Stable, which is STBL, from some of those projects?
Right. So I think the thing that matters the very, very most is the fact that we deal in real gold, real silver, real gold. We don't present a number on the screen. You're not getting an IOU. You're not getting paper. You're not buying some sort of instrument that is associated with the number that's gold. And by the way, no. We actually produce the gold coins. We take them from 1,000 ounce bars, and we actually turn them into 1 ounce rounds, which increases the value of those 1 ounce rounds. The value of coins, the smaller they are, the more divisible they are, the more valuable they are. So we take, like I said, we take the 1,000 ounce bar and turn them into 1 ounce rounds. And that's what is backed. That's what's backing the cryptocurrency. So you've got a cryptocurrency that is a lot like a lot of our competitors. And I have nothing wrong with our competitors. As a matter of fact, the more gold out there in everyday hands, the better. The better, because we're being robbed, right? And so it's a good thing to have metals. But we really focus on the physical, actual redemption even. So we will, at the click of a button, send the gold to your doorstep. It's real physical metals, and I think that's what sets us apart. Everything else is pretty the same, except for one thing. And I apologize, I get a little excited.
Of course,
there is also a partnership agreement that we can use to partner with our holders to actually participate in the profits of turning that coin or turning that bar into a coin. So I think that we can't use the word yield, but we do leases. And with those agreements with our customers, they can actually make more than the 27% that it's made in 2025.
So which is huge. So we've been talking about it here on the Impact Money Show since we started, which was about 1.5 years ago. We've been telling everyone to buy gold and buy silver as a hedge, right? You want this in all your portfolios. And what a run it's been on. I think gold was at like $2,000 and Litecoin, and silver was at like $20. And here we are at like 33 or 34, 30, whatever on silver, and $3,400 for gold. It really is something else. Where do you see this thing going?
Well, I'm not a predictor of markets. I always seem to buy high and sell low. So I'm the worst person to ask the question to about where I see it going. But Goldman Sachs has it at 4,500 by the end of the year. A couple of days ago, it kind of drew back, and I'm like, well, and Bitcoin was rallying, and I was like, all right, sweet, my portfolio on Bitcoin's better, and my gold's dumping. But then the next day, it just rebounds again. So gold is super, super bullish right now. I'm really happy with the people that are getting involved with us, because we look like rock stars. We get them involved in gold, and it jumps 15%, and we look like we knew what we were doing. Yeah. We're just bullish on gold in general. We believe that it's a good hedge on inflation. We believe that it's probably, with the socio-political and the economic situations that we all have, I think that it's probably going to be a good asset class to invest in.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We talk about it on the Impact Money Show every day. We talk about gold and how it is really a hedge of inflation. It was fairly interesting over the last couple of days. We saw Bitcoin kind of take those types of traits where the market was dumping, the stocks were dumping, and Bitcoin kind of went up. But for the most part, Bitcoin and the stock market have gone up and down in tandem, and gold has just been really the shining one, on and on up. And it really is the hedge. In 1933, I'm sure they took everyone's gold, all the citizens' gold, by executive order, and they gave everyone $25 per ounce. $25 per ounce. And as soon as they were done, it was worth $35 right then and there. And now you just add 2 zeros. It's absolutely crazy. And that's what's happening to the dollar.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why these things are so important.
To think that it's worth $3,500 is nuts, right? I mean, it is. It's just. But hey, for those of us that are in it, we're super excited. We're glad that we jumped on when it was 20. We're glad that we jumped on when it was 2,000. I wasn't around when it was $35, but obviously it's nice to ride the wave from 2,000 to 3,500 also.
Yeah, well, it's 100%. It's always, you can always look and be like, well, I wish I caught the bottom, but it's like I tell people, it's very hard to catch the bottom or the top. You want to make sure that you're in a good position as you start to know which way you're going. So one of the exciting things that we talked about just personally over this was a potential, and it's in the roadmap from what I understand, but you can talk more about that, is the potential trading pair of stable, and different cryptos, which is super interesting to me. And I know a lot of other traders out there. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So we not only believe that you should have a stable coin, a cryptocurrency that's backed by metals, but we also believe that the gold should take over the USD and the USDT and the USDC. So let me explain what I mean when I say that. I think, like, let's take the meme industry, for example. When you're creating a meme coin, you're pumping that meme coin, and your druthers are in dollars. So you'll make the returns on Solana. You'll take that Solana, you'll turn it into USDT, and that's what you make, is you make dollars. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you were creating a reserve of gold while you traded your cryptos? So in other words, instead of increasing it by dollars, what if you were increasing it by gold, and then you let your gas sit in gold instead of sitting in USDT? Personally, I mean, I would have taken the 27% in 24, the 27% that we've already had in 25, because I believe that some people will resonate with that. I believe that there's a place for gold to replace the dollar. And I think that we should do it everywhere. I don't think we should just do it, with our portfolios. We should actually consider using gold as an instrument to run our cryptocurrencies. And that's what we're going to use that. We're going to do that. We're going to allow people to create their own stable coins.
Well, that was the most exciting part that you told about. And now you just kind of expanded on a little bit. I got to open that up now. To create their own stable coins. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So that's just like on Pump.Fund, we've created a tool called Gold Fund. And on Gold Fund, you can click a button, create a crypto, and that crypto is backed with gold. So the cryptocurrency, instead of using USDT and using Solana or using Polygon or whatever blockchain you want to use, we're deciding to use gold. And so gold would be the blockchain that you would build on.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So if you guys, and I know most of you guys out there have at least used Pump.Fund, or it's kind of it's a fun one, right? But
it is a fun
one. Know that the liquidity pool, so you reach a certain point and then it graduates, and then the liquidity gets locked. So your liquidity would be locked into the superior asset. Let's face it, gold is superior. No matter who we get into office, no matter who you vote for, they continue to print money. It's like they just can't stop. I don't know where it goes from here, but I've been saying it was going to crash for the last 20 years. So I just decided finally that, there's so many instruments and so many ways that they can kind of control things. And why would they crash the dollar? It's their piggy bank, right?
Right, it's their piggy bank. And but still, while that's happening and while we're getting rocked with inflation, you do have the option to use other instruments like gold. And so it's our decision. It's our decision. If the dollar doesn't crash and the dollar just continues to be diminished,
it's going to continue this way. I just don't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's up to us whether or not we want to use an alternative. And if we want to use an alternative, I believe that I built a solution for that. Not only on the physical side, for those of us that love gold and silver, but for those of us that are in the crypto side that love gold and silver, that want to actually use it instead of using a dollar.
Okay, so we have a normal stop in about a minute. We kind of have a hard stop really in about 2.5 minutes. So tell me a little bit about the instruments that make it backed. I mean, how does someone verify when they buy a stable token that it's backed by gold?
That's a great question. Because see, in the end, you don't want to have to trust me. I don't want you to have to trust me. See, if you have to trust me, it's going to be a real hard sell for me. So what we've done is we've partnered with the best names in the industry. We've got the best insurance policies. We've got the best auditors. We've got the best vaults. And when you put all those things together, you don't need to trust me. So when we buy our LBMA gold and silver, it's already assayed. There's paper that comes with it that will follow your crypto. So you'll always know it's pure. You'll always know it's real. You'll always know it's been audited. You'll know it's insured just in case anything happens to it, heaven forbid. And then, like I was saying earlier, you can always have it just delivered to your door.
Well, that's really the key, right? Investors, I always like to say, as we're raising money for people, right? Because, hey, look, your investor, he wants to know when he gets it back. Okay, when does he get it back?
Right.
That's like the number one thing, and then we can let the rest ride. But when do you get it back? And so having that door where you can cash it in at any point, have the gold delivered, or have it delivered to your bank account, I think it's just huge.
Yeah, and if you come to me with 100,000 gold and you want it out in 60 days, that's fine. If you, on that 60th day, go ahead and take it out. If you want it out tomorrow, you can buy it today and sell tomorrow. I don't care how long you keep it in. Now, there are certain leases that we will agree to, agreements between us and our customers that say, look, let us lease your metal for 3 months and we'll pay you a percentage for that, or let us lease it for a full year and we'll add to your holdings equal to a percentage. So there are different leasing programs that allow us to hold the metal, but it's only in agreement with the customer. It's only when they agree to and want to do that and participate in that. Otherwise, it can just sit there. Or, like I said, it can be redeemed or it can be sent.
Amazing. Well, I think it's super exciting. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I know in Dubai at the Global Family Office Investment Summit, as well at the Bitcoin 2025 and the Bitcoin Palooza event there in Vegas. We are making the rounds here. And as well, I won't be there. It looks like David may be there, my brother, but Ryan Best will be at Token 2049 as well. So if I know a lot of you guys are going to be there, you can reach out to him. How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, just jump on our website, stbl.io. And we have a team standing by. You can jump on our calendar. You can send us emails, but you can pretty much find anybody on our team at stbl.io.
Awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much for coming on.
Totally appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. Bye-bye.
Hey, Randy, I got another home run for us, man. This 2-bit exchange is absolutely amazing.
Hey, Bruce, what's up, man? Yeah, why don't you tell me about that 2-bit exchange?
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to be able to list our coins that we want, that we support, and they're going to be on this amazing derivatives platform. It's absolutely awesome.
Derivatives? I love derivatives. I can't wait to be on the trade copy program.
So what I want you to do is set up an account and then send me your UID, and let's set you up with a trade copy system, and you just let it run. Copy our trades. That's it. Easy peasy.
So you want me to open an account, send you my user ID, and you hook me up with the trade copy system. I can't wait. Sounds spectacular.
Hey, Matt. Hey, listen, I met with the guys at 2-Bit Exchange while I was in Dubai, and this platform really looks amazing.
Yeah, hi Bruce. Yeah, thank you again for that heads up. I mean, I've looked into this 2-bit platform. It does appear to have everything we're looking for.
Yeah, that's right. 2-Bit, Toobit. They have great liquidity. They have futures platform. There's a lot of functionality that I think you're going to like on there. And they really want to work with us. They want to work with the Impact Money Show. And as you and I both know, if they have a good product and they want to work with us, well, hey, that's half the battle.
I mean, basically, I love that copy trade facility. I love the features on the platform. It's basically very simple to use.
Our viewers only need to set it up to copy our trades, and they just do all the trades that we do. Makes it really easy for people to participate. I think they're going to love it. I'm pretty excited about it.
And yeah, it's definitely going to benefit people. I mean, obviously with all the years of experience that we can pack into it, and people can basically benefit from that. Yeah, I definitely think it's a goer.
Hey, David. Yeah, man, I'm excited about it too. I mean, when you think of the ways that we can help our viewers earn money and be able to participate in the monetary revolution, this 2-bit platform just opens up all kinds of doors that they don't have right now.
Hey, Bruce, I'm checking out this platform. It's revolutionary.
That's absolutely correct. And the futures platform is amazing. Great liquidity. And the copy trader program, people are going to be able to make the trades exactly when we make them and make the money that we make. It's a win-win for everybody.
Open for U.S. customers, and you can deposit money with a credit or debit card. Doesn't get better than this.
Beautiful. And what do you think we should use as a referral code?
I think we should use Impact Money. That's the one. Impact Money.